Manifesting from a place of neutrality. What is up, alienARMy? I am Oculus, the alien next door, purveyor of esoteric lore. And on this channel, we discuss everything out of this world. So today's topic, we are going to be talking about manifesting, and this is something that I personally have experienced, so I do want to get this point across with this message. So here we go. When you are manifesting, it is always important to come into the manifestation energy within the state of neutrality. Now, I know that there are a lot of gurus in the law of attraction community that say that you need to charge up the energy. I myself have said this. Yes, that's very true. But you also have to, once you charge it up with what you want, you have to neutralize it, because if you're familiar with reality transurfing, you will know that if something is too charged up, overhyped, as I like to say, what's going to happen is that it's going to cause excess potential in that direction. So balancing forces are going to want to come in to smooth it over. So
why the fuck would you want a balancing force to come in and smooth it over to rectify that disharmony when you can motherfucking do it yourself?
So here we go. I'm going to give you a brief example as to what I'm talking about. So when you are manifesting, you typically want to feel the feeling. You want to imagine it as already done. You want to live in the end, as Neville Goddard oftentimes says. Now that you've done that, you've charged up your intention, what you need to do
Tricky.
You want to come in, neutralize it yourself. This way, excess energetic potential is not going to want to balance itself out for you, because the universe works always in terms of true neutral. Every pole is the same thing, a different degree. So if you want to look at your pole of your hyped up, charged up energy having to do with what you are manifesting, now we want to look at the opposite end of the spectrum. The poles are uneven, right? This side is a little too charged up.
He's a little too hype for his own good. You know what I'm saying? He's probably a fucking fire sign.
So what we want to do is we want to come into it. We want to charge up that energy. Then what we're going to do, this is the release. This is what they say, let it go. You're like, you know what? But if it doesn't happen, that's cool too. And you go about your business because you've hyped it up, right? So the universe is like, ooh, it's like, wow, you hyped up some energy. I want to give that to you. But if the opposite end of the pole is like, it's like lower vibrational energy and this one's too hyped up, it's going to want to naturally neutralize itself. So when you neutralize whatever you are manifesting yourself, you don't need to think about any type of balancing force coming in to counteract that which you are energetically in preparation of. So an example is, this is pretty recently, a few months ago, there was this deck of cards. I think they were like an oracle card. They weren't tarot, but they were something to do with sun signs, okay? And this deck called to me, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna get me this deck, right? So I was looking at reviews online and I was reading about it, and apparently there was a typo on this particular card, and this particular card was adaptability. But all of the reviews that I saw on Amazon, as well as looking at YouTube videos of people who had purchased the same deck, they all said the same thing, and they showed examples of the same thing, which is the word adaptability had a typo in it. And
listen, okay, I'll be all about the grammar sometimes. I'll be like, oh hell no, you using there, and there. You don't even know how you using it. Oh hell no, motherfucker.
That's me. So the word adaptability was spelt wrong, and everyone who was reviewing this deck was like, well, it's a nice deck, but there's this typo. So this deck, this is how much this deck motherfucking called to me, is that I said, you know what, I'm gonna throw the rules out the window. I'm gonna just order me this motherfucking deck. I don't care if there's the typo. So I was hyped about getting this deck sent to me, but at the same time, I was like, you know what, I'll accept it if it has a minor imperfection in it too. I accepted it. I said, you know what, I want this, but it can come with a fucking typo. Okay, done. I ordered the deck. Guess what happens? the deck arrived without a motherfucking typo. So I don't know if it was reprinted. I don't know the logistics of maybe only a certain few batches of that particular deck had that typo and I happened to get one that wasn't, or I happened to get perhaps a reprint of it. I don't know. I don't care, because the universe,
thank you, universe,
delivered unto me that which was calling for me. So me and this deck, we kind of had a little like beguiling session going on, right? That deck called to me. I said, "Ooh, I want you too." And then I ordered the deck, but I was okay with accepting the deck, even if it did have that minor imperfection. So when the deck arrived to me, I'm going through all the cards
to, get to know them and shit.
and I look at that card, right? The adaptability card, and it was spelled properly. So I said, "What?" I was like, oh, thank you, universe. There you go. That is what happens when you remove the balancing forces, okay? Because on the one hand, I was hyped up, ready to receive this deck. I was looking forward to it. We can look at that as like something that I'm manifesting for myself. But I was also okay with the acceptance that, yeah, you know what? There could be an imperfection in this deck, but I want it, so I'll just take it what it is. I accepted. Okay, that is the key. This is what I am professing to you here. That is a place of neutrality. It's not overly hyped about the deck. It's not thinking, fuck this, the deck is gonna have a motherfucking typo. Not neutral, right? One is overhyped, overly excited. One is energy that is lower, complaining type of energy. So what I did, and I did this naturally, I wasn't even really thinking about it, but I mean, there are so many other examples that I can tell you that this has fucking happened in all different areas of life. I accepted that, yes, I am going to receive this deck. I'm okay if there's an imperfection, the typo in it. So what happened, no matter how it happened, I don't know to this day. I don't care to this day.
Thank you, universe. I love saying that.
So the universe was like, aha, you want this, it wants you to. You're willing to accept that it perhaps might have a flaw, it might have a typo, but you're okay with it. You're not overly hyped in one direction, you're not overly hyped in the other direction. It was just pure neutral energy. So therefore the universe is always in balance, because the universe does not recognize a pole as a separation. The universe recognizes a pole as the same thing, different degrees. So it's not going to try to balance this out with that energy. It's not going to try to balance out this energy with that energy, if you understand what I'm saying. So the universe saw that I wanted the item wanted me. I accepted that, yeah, you know what, I'm just gonna order it anyway. I don't care if it has a typo. No matter how that magic worked out, the deck arrived unto me, no typo. Listen, that's all you have to do. You take away the excess potential. Really look at reality transurfing, because this is how I feel would best explain it, because it goes really in depth with that. It really explains how even when you are manifesting something, and yeah, you want to feel the hype about it, but you can't go too far in one direction, because the universe as a balancing force is like, whoa, this pole is out of balance, let's bring it back into alignment. Okay, so you want to already automatically do that yourself. This way, whatever it is that you desire will arrive to you, and you're just like, oh shit, you're gonna be surprised, because it is going to arrive more perfectly than you had originally anticipated. And
that's my story, because it fucking happened. True shit.
All right, so that's what I got for you today. I am Oculus, the alien next door. We will chit chat again soon.